Hey guys, I'm not even really sure why I need to make this video, but evidently I do. Here I am. So I wanted to kind of go over some things. I've been seeing my name and True Crime Mama's name tagged and wondering our stance on the whole Cow on the Coast ordeal and Brittany Stapleton ordeal. And why we haven't posted. Well, True Crime Mama posted today, and here's my post. I first want to address a rumor that I saw last night. There was one rumor, well, there was really only one, saying something like I knew who their supposed stalker was. No, I know nothing about their stalker. I promise to God. I want to make it clear I do not support the Stapletons. I never will support the Stapletons. And I have never talked to Brittany Stapleton, ever. Have I ever talked to Kyle on the Coast? Absolutely, I have. But no, I don't know who their stalker is. I'm not like keeping some secret from y'all. I have no clue. I mean, I don't know. Point blank period. I have no clue. I also want to address another rumor that I've been hearing in this case before I get to my thoughts. And that's that the pumpkin account is Brittany. I don't believe the pumpkin account is Brittany. And the reason I'm saying that is because of this. When I posted that very first video about the Stapletons back in June? The very first person who messaged me was Pumpkin. And she was rude at first. She was like, you don't have a clue what you're talking about in the Stapleton case. You know, just trying to get views, yada, yada, all that. And I was like, really? Because she told me, this is what she told me, they were friends. And they knew the Stapletons. They had been out on their boat and stuff like that, I believe. And I was like, yeah, it is true. Have you seen the indictment? And she was like, no. I said, well, you need to see it. And she was like, well, why don't you show it? And at the time I wasn't posting the indictment. So I asked her for her email address. She sent me her email address real quick, and it was like a weird email address with like a different last name and stuff. So unless Brittany had a fake email address already, she wouldn't have been able to make it that quick. But it was not anything associated with the Stapletons email. Whatever their email may be. It didn't have Stapleton in it, didn't have Brittany, nothing. It was in fact a whole different name. I'm not going to say that name though, because I don't feel like it's my place. Now, when Pumpkin saw the indictment, she was shook, for lack of better words. She was like, oh my God, I'm sick. I've got to call my husband. I can't believe this. Thank you for sending this. If that was Brittany, why would she have acted like it was a big deal? You see what I'm saying? So I don't believe that Pumpkin account is Brittany. Now, I want to first make something really clear. We social media content creators have lives outside of this app, and sometimes you just need to think on things before you immediately post about it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I was not one of those influencers, content creators, whoever you want to call us, that Kyle spoke to before she went and met with Brittany. In fact, I didn't even know that they went to lunch together until like midnight on Friday. I was out of the loop. As for doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and say I would absolutely never do it. I think Brittany is a very manipulative person, and I think she would try to manipulate people. And I wouldn't go listen to the nonsense. That's just me. Kyle is an adult who stood for child victims. It's a bit confusing and surprising, very surprising. But I just didn't feel the need to make a video about that immediately. But because I feel like I'm almost being dragged into it now, I felt like I needed to. So, again, as for their meeting, she's an adult. I wouldn't do it. But I guess she had her reasons. I don't really know those reasons. But she felt the need to. That's all there is to it. No, I wouldn't have. No, I will never stand for Brittany or Josh Stapleton. No, I've never talked to them. Have I talked to Pumpkin? That other account that many of you think is Brittany's account. Yes, I have talked to Pumpkin. Now, what we're not fixing to do, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. We're not fixing to bash True Crime Mama anymore. Let me go ahead and tell y'all, True Crime Mama is one of the best influencers, content creators, whatever, for true crime on this app, on any app. She's on several. She's very ethical. She's got morals. She stands for what's right. She works in a field with children. She is a huge child advocate. So you twisted people who are bringing True Crime Mama into this simply because she didn't make a video as soon as you wanted her to. Let me tell you something. Her grandfather is dying right before her eyes, according to what she told people. And she's a busy woman. She has a full-time job working in pediatrics. She doesn't have time to immediately make videos just because y'all want her to. So those of you who are making videos about her, it's not a good look for y'all. It's pretty lame and it's petty. I don't know if you're doing it for the clicks and views or what, but True Crime Mama, I mean, she doesn't have to make a video in your time, okay? So let me just get that out and make that clear. She is one of my very best friends, and we're not going to do that. She's a good person. And she's like me. She would not have done that herself, and she does not stand for the Stapletons. Now, as if she was one of those people she called, True Crime Mama can tell you that. She posted a video on it. I'm not going to speak on that, but I was not one of the content creators she called. So again, I have nothing to do with this, so stop tagging me and whatnot. I mean, I get y'all wanted to know my feelings for it, and I told you I don't necessarily agree with it. I would not have done it, and I was very surprised, just as all y'all were. But please do not ever associate me with the Stapletons. I will never stand for them. I will never talk to them. As True Crime Mama said in her video earlier, he pled guilty. So in my eyes, he is guilty, and no amount of manipulation from Brittany or anyone else will change my mind on that. Maybe I'm hard-headed, but the things that he said too about the bodies are bodies, people are people, whatever, no. Don't have time for that. Don't have the stomach for that. It's disgusting. So anyway, I just wanted to address this. Love y'all. Bye.